What's going on, beautiful internet family? My name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here on danstube.tv, and today we're checking out the Hohem iSteady MT2. Which is a versatile gimbal system that allows you to use a mirrorless camera, a DSLR, a smartphone, and an action camera all on the same rig. You can also set up your camera in portrait mode as well. And the big calling card here is the AI technology. So my partner right now is just holding the gimbal system. Just walk with me just a little bit just to show them. So this is the gimbal system just doing its thing as we're walking. But then straight when we stop, I can just put up the OK symbol, and now it was tracking, so she doesn't have to do anything. She can just stand there and it will start tracking me. So I can move around, I could have this set up on a tripod, do whatever I need to do, and it's just going to continue tracking me. So as you can see, I've got a wireless microphone setup, but I have a lot of versatility here with this AI system. The other cool thing is that I can put up two L's, it will start blinking, I can change the framing and she can just stay where she is. I can do the L's again, and now I'm off to the one side of the frame. So again, very cool system here, and something that's going to help a lot of content creators get the most out of their content. So this is the iSteady MT2, now set up with an action camera on top. I'm utilizing the Osmo Action 4 here from DJI, and what I love so much about this rig is that the quick release system just works flawlessly. So that's me just releasing it, but then there's a locking point. So then I have to press a button to then pull it out further. And then from there, I can just swap it over to a smartphone if I wanted to. If I had a mirrorless camera, I could swap it over to that. So you can literally go from like DSLR, mirrorless camera, smartphone, or action camera. So 4 different rigs here, super easy to set up, extremely versatile. And the thing that's great as well is if you want to have vertical shooting, super simple to set up that as well. Bunch of different options, like I said. I love the little magnetic tool here that you get. This is how you basically tighten everything down if you need to. There's a bunch of different mounting options on the rig itself as well. So you can mount different brackets, or you can even mount like your phone, for example. Let's say you've got like a camera up here, a mirrorless or a DSLR. You can then mount a camera system or a phone off to the side, whatever you need to do, a lighting rig. It's just such a versatile setup, and that's something I love about this one in particular. Something I actually love about the Hohem company. I've tested another product of theirs in the past, and just really cool. You know, it works flawlessly. It's such a compact design here, feels extremely premium, and the fact that it's so compact but can still handle up to a payload of 1.2 kilograms is extremely impressive. I tested it on my Panasonic G9 with a lighter lens, and it seemed to do a great job. I think it would perform even better if I had a lighter camera again, like a mirrorless camera. But then you can obviously have the versatility to go to an action camera or to a smartphone. So it's really an all-in-one package, especially if you are traveling, especially if you use different rigs on the go. It's so easy to swap between all of the different options that you have. One of my favorite things about this rig here, and this was the same with a previous Hohem product that I tested, and I think this is extremely innovative from the company. You have this magnetic system here that's like an AI vision system. So that basically means that artificial intelligence with the camera system here is telling the system how to track a subject. And it works flawlessly. And like I said, you can change between different rigs. So no matter what you've got here, whatever camera, smartphone, whatever you're using here, this can use the AI to actually track a subject independent of whatever you have attached here. And so once you've changed the color here, you can then change, you know, the different hue, the different, I guess, tones that you want to come in with. So all different colors here, blues, purples, greens, whatever you want. So you can adjust that fill light however you need it to be, or you can just triple tap and turn it back to a basic white fill light. But the fact that you have those options there, you can change obviously the brightness and a few other settings. But to me, that is such a cool option. And to have that versatility is very handy. I find that the fill light, you do need to be relatively close to a subject to make it worthwhile, because as you can see, it's not a massive fill light. But if you are doing some close-ups of a subject, it does exactly what you need it to do. And in those low light settings, it does a really great job. And especially because it needs to have some light for the camera to be able to track. perfect for situations like that. And I will say that the tracking works really well. When I was out and about testing it, I found that I could actually get full 360 degrees around the camera. I could fully walk around and the camera wouldn't stop. A lot of gimbals have a locking point or they can't go past 360 degrees. This guy here has no troubles with that, and I found that it was extremely reliable in situations like that where you would actually need the camera to continue to look around. Maybe you're doing some sort of time lapse or something like that. Perfect in those situations. I will have a link below to check out the Hohem iSteady MT2, which is a really cool, versatile 4-in-1 gimbal. And I call it that because it literally is 4-in-1. Smartphone, action camera, mirrorless camera, and DSLR. All four of those you can swap and change very simply. Like, there's no delay between those. So I will have the link below to check it out with a discount code, so definitely make sure to check that out. I just wanted to go on to the actual bag that you get, because it's a really nice bag and there's a bunch of different accessories in here. So first things first, it does have a nice little handle. It's quite compact. It's got the Hohem branding on the front there. And then when you open it up, this is where all of the different options come out. So there's a bunch of different bags in here. Underneath all of this is where you actually put the gimbal itself and also the little tripod that you get. So that's really handy to have. But then when you look into the bag itself, even the branding, like the little details when it comes to the little Hohem bags that you get with that nice little accenting orange color, tells me exactly what I get in each bag, tells me what it's for. And as you get into it, there's even like the instruction manual, which is quite comprehensive. There's a QR code on the back to access some tutorials. And then in here, there's a bunch of different accessories. So all different charging cable options. We've got some camera control cables, multi-camera control cable, a bunch of different things in here. So all sorts of cables. Then you have the mounting rig for obviously smartphone, as well as, you know, everything else that you need to the action camera and whatnot. So really cool rig here, and it's all packed extremely well. So it really is an all-in-one rig, and like I said at the beginning, the build quality is extremely nice on this unit. Just like any other gimbal, you can unscrew what is included, which is the little tripod, and connect a larger tripod if you need this to be set up in a different kind of orientation. I find that this smaller one's nice because you kind of get that grip there, and then you can also hold it there for stability, like you're a Jedi, you know, like that just works really nicely. I found that calibrating the system was nice, the app works really nicely. Found that just adjusting everything when I had my camera set up didn't take long at all. I watched a tutorial on their website and pretty easy. I think I watched it on their YouTube channel. Pretty easy to set up. As always, you just kind of got to get that fine tuning with a gimbal, and then once you're used to it, it's very easy to go from there. So yeah, just love all those little extra touches. You know, there's different options to charge it as well as, you know, the camera connection and whatnot. And the fact that I can also charge this while on the run, like I had my power bank connected, I could charge it and still use it at the same time, was really nice. Like I said, bunch of different mounting options. There's even like a little 1/4-inch screw here so that you can connect on something for a smartphone or for a light or whatever it is that you need to do. Everything just feels premium here, and to have that control with that wheel for the fill light is really nice. And then you've got a bunch of different options. So you've got like the menu option, the power button, you've got like little zoom options here, record button, and also the joystick to control the gimbal itself. All of those work really nicely and extremely easy to set up, which is what you want in a gimbal, because sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to set up a gimbal system. I found that this wasn't the case. That was very easy to set up, nice and compact, pretty lightweight as well, which is nice to see. Because when you do have a larger camera on, like the G9, that weight does add up. So to have a lightweight gimbal system like this is great. I also found that battery life was great on it, had no issues with that, and it charges extremely quickly as well. Like I said, I used a power bank, like a portable power bank when I was out and about, and it seemed to charge it up really quickly. So that was nice to see. Bunch of different modes that you can choose as well. So it is just a feature-rich offering here. But for me, that fill light, that AI tracking system is the standout for me. I really do love that, because whoever is operating the system, whoever the camera operator is, they can literally just point it at you, and then me as the person on camera, I can do a few different prompts. So I can do the OK symbol like this, and it will start tracking me. Again, regardless of what system I have up here, could be a smartphone, could be an action camera, could be anything, like any other camera that keeps it under 1.2 kilograms, and I've got a full rig ready to go that can track me. So even all the locking points on the system work extremely well here. Nice and easy to unlock all of the different motor points that you need to unlock. And then when you want to lock it up again, nice and simple to just lock it from there. I don't have this properly set up right now, but let's just quickly turn it on, see how it goes. There we go. So I haven't got it properly set up, but because the weight of an action camera is pretty much nothing at all, it's doing an alright job here. So once I've done the OK symbol, it automatically starts tracking me. I can obviously have the fill light on if I would like, and the operator can do that. And then from there, what I can do is I can do the stop symbol like that, and it will stop tracking me. Or while it's tracking me, after I've done the OK, I can do the 2 L's, and then it will start blinking at me. I can change my framing, do the 2 L's again, and then it will track me with a different framing. Again, this is really cool and unique because a lot of the time tracking options are limited. You're in the middle of the frame and that's it. No other options to track off to the left, off to the right, different depths or anything like that. It just seems to track you in the middle of the frame, which is fine for most people. But if you really want to change that framing, maybe you want to be off on the left side and there's a lot of stuff happening on the right-hand side in the background, then you can do that with a simple little like double L and then move, double L, and it's tracking you from a different position. There are some options, like I said at the beginning, for vertical shooting, but what's really cool here is they've made it possible for you to be able to do the vertical shooting while you actually have the flip out screen on your camera system. So depending on how you want to orientate your camera, will basically allow you to change it so that you can have your flip out screen as well, which is really nice. And the unit itself only weighs 653 grams, so quite a compact unit, and you really do feel the difference if you compare it to any other gimbal system that you might have used in the past. That weight has definitely come down with technology, and it makes it a lot more usable for extended periods of time. We're also getting 17 hours of battery life, so you truly are getting all day shooting, and to be able to charge on the fly is phenomenal as well. On top of that, you've obviously got all those different options with the fill lights, and it's just such a great rig. There's so many options to just swap between camera systems, to have that AI tracking, to have such a lightweight camera system that just works straight away is really nice. This gimbal will satisfy a lot of people's needs out there. I think it's a great first-time gimbal for a lot of people as well, which is nice because again, no matter what system you have, a lot of the time it's like if you want to use stabilized smartphone footage, you have to get a smartphone gimbal, which is great and works well. Or if you've got an action camera, maybe it doesn't have the best stabilization on it, you're going to struggle a little bit, right? But maybe you have like an older action camera, maybe you have a phone, but you don't have a gimbal for that phone. You can combine the two, and then as you get yourself a camera later on, you can use all 3 or all 4, depending on what cameras you have. So that's something that's really cool. It is like future-proof almost in that way. Obviously, if you get a larger camera system, it's not going to help you because the payload is capped at 1.2 kilograms. But for most scenarios, especially if you're getting yourself a decent mirrorless camera, you're going to be set for a very long time. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested, like I said, I will have that link below with a code for the Hohem iSteady MT2, an awesome gimbal system, very versatile with lots of different options. So definitely check it out. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and I will chat to you in the next one. Peace.